All right, welcome back to the Attack the Rack YouTube channel. This is the Attack the Rack Friday morning live show. Happy Friday, everybody. Ryan Kruitoff has been in real estate for over 30 or 20 years, and he can help you with all your real estate needs. Realtor Ryan has helped me in my journey into learning more about real estate, and he can do the same for you. Whether you're looking to buy a home, sell a home, maybe get into the rental property business, ring Realtor Ryan. All right. Hey, a couple things we got coming up this weekend on the Attack the Rack YouTube channel. As always, Saturday morning, tomorrow morning, 9 a.m., we've got myself and Big Mo coming at you with the Attack the Rack podcast. And then Sunday morning, 9 a.m., we've got our NFL pick show with our Attack the Rack expert pickers, Peter Hunsberger and Chad Zagar. And then at 10 a.m., coming right back at you at 10 a.m. on Saturday morning, we've got our Pete coming back, putting on his prop bet Pete hat and giving us 3 prop bets for the NFL Sunday. What else? Also, important announcement. Next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we will not be doing the daily lineup show. Usually that comes to you every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at 7 p.m. with myself, Big Mo, and Trent, where we talk about the latest and greatest topics in sports. We will be off on those 3 days. As I mentioned on the podcast last Saturday morning, I'm going to be having some surgery on Tuesday. And with the prep for that, the recover from that, we're going to go on ahead and take Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off. We talked about it quite a bit on the podcast Saturday morning. I'm going to be having a gastric sleeve surgery, which is going to reduce my stomach by like 80%. In an effort to lose a bunch of weight and keep it off. This is something we will talk more about. I'll probably post some videos about my journey into, losing the weight, what brought me to, having the surgery. And we'll probably talk to some other people who have had that surgery. Such as Big Mo. So Big Mo had the surgery, and that was something that we talked about on the podcast last Saturday. So anyway, we'll talk more about that as that progresses. But just want to let everybody know, because of that surgery on Tuesday, we will be taking Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off from the daily lineup show. My hope is that during my few days there while I'm recovering, I will be able to continue to watch some Detroit Tigers baseball. Wow. Swept the Houston Astros 2-0 in that opening round series after just playing unbelievable baseball from mid-August to the end of the season. Early on in August, 8 games under 500, 0.2% chance of making the playoffs. And somehow they just caught fire. I've always been a Tigers fan. I'll admit, maybe you can call me a little bit of a fair weather fan, a little bit of a bandwagon fan. The last 10 years or so, as they have not been very good, I have kind of lost track on the team. I have not watched a lot of baseball, period. I think some of that has to do with just not following the Tigers as closely. It makes you kind of not follow the rest of the league as well. But another reason is this whole, my gosh, it seems like such a headache to get the Tigers games on television. The last couple, it used to be on Fox Sports every night. Tune in, watch the game. Then Bally Sports, they went to Bally Sports. And those of us that have YouTube TV for our cable provider, we don't have Bally Sports. And so I was unable to watch their games the last couple of years. Did not want to pay the money for their app to be able to watch So yeah, didn't watch the last couple of years. They've been terrible, so I didn't even really follow them. And I'll tell you what is crazy is that just the second I started watching that game, you would think after not really following them for the last 10 years, you wouldn't really care that much. That was not the case. All that fandom, all that Tigers fandom came rushing right back. And I was so into every single pitch. I was enjoying the game. I mean, I think baseball can be pretty boring and slow for some reason. I did not get that sense. Maybe it's because of the importance of the playoffs, more energy, more intense, and I was loving every second of that game. And I just wanted more. And that first game, came down to the wire. Astros had, I think, the winning run at the plate, and then hard line drive to first base for the third out, which looked like that was going to probably be a double, which would have tied the game. Thank goodness, the first baseman was able to catch it. And then game two, and then game one, Tarek Skubal. Oh my gosh, that was one name you do hear about because of how good he is. He's a Cy Young candidate for this season. Wow, was he fun to watch? He was so good. I can't wait to watch him again. I'm wondering now. So the Tigers played Tuesday, and then they won again on Wednesday, in which they use like 5-6 pitchers, something like that. That's kind of been their strategy on certain days. The manager from watching these first two games, manager AJ Hinch has gotten all kinds of love and credit from the announcers based on how he's navigated his bullpen, especially the last 6-7 weeks of the season. And that's what they did in game two. It was all bullpen. But I'm wondering now, will we get to see Skubal again here in game one on Saturday versus the Cleveland Guardians? That would be a 3-day rest. Usually in the regular season, I think you go 4-day rest. So it'd be a day less rest, but I sometimes think maybe in the playoffs that's a little bit normal. So we'll see if we get to see Skubal in game one. If not, certainly in game two. Super excited to watch him pitch again. And what a game it was again on Wednesday, game two. Tigers went up, I think, 1-0 and then went down 2-1. And then eighth inning, they got 3-4 runs on a base hit by, I think, Andy Ibanez was his name. Again, I'm trying to learn these guys' names. I'm trying to learn who these players are because I haven't watched. Which, my gosh, too, one thing I noticed, every time a new batter comes to the plate and you look at what their stats are, their average, their home runs, and their RBIs, and you're like, these guys have terrible statistics. How did they make the playoffs? And they just caught fire at the right time of the season. It'd be interesting to see what all their numbers are from mid-August to the end of the season. So anyway, Saturday, 1 p.m., we've got the Cleveland Guardians and the Detroit Tigers. I believe that is a best-of-5 series. Tigers win that, then they go to the ALCS and then the World Series. So, hey, I think they got as good a shot as anybody. Why not, right? They've been the best team in baseball since the middle of August. So, hey, how about that Lions game last Monday night? Wow, was that fun, at least on the offensive side of the ball. They are a lot of fun right now to watch on offense. Defense still, they have some injuries, right? Let's be fair. Defense still needs to get better. Definitely a lot better than we've seen the last 2 years. But how about Jared Goff? 18 out of 18 for 292 yards and 2 touchdowns. Unbelievable. 18 for 18. Did not throw one single incomplete pass that entire game. That is amazing. Gibbs, Montgomery, they both look good. the offense is a lot of fun to watch. And then the trick play, Amon-Ra St. Brown, wide receiver threw the touchdown pass to quarterback Jared Goff. I mean, how exciting is that? So Lions now 3-1, looking very good. Very good going into their bye week. Football-wise, last night, Buccaneers. Falcons won in overtime, 36-30. What an exciting game that was. Baker Mayfield losing in, not bad. 19 out of 24, 180 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. But Kirk Cousins, wow, 509 yards, 42 out of 58. That's a great percentage. Threw the ball almost 60 times in that game. 509 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. He started out the season a little bit slow, but holy cow, that's got to be one of the best games of his career he just had. So what a great way to kick off the week of the NFL. And don't forget, Sunday morning, 9 a.m., we will be talking NFL and giving some picks with Peter Hunsberger and Chad Zagar. And then following that up at 10 a.m., Prop Bet Pete will be back to give 3 prop bets. So Lions are off this week. Hopefully they can get some of those defensive injuries healed up. Michigan, they finally play an away game this weekend, Saturday night game, 7:30 p.m. at Washington, rematch of last year's national championship game. Certainly both teams nowhere near what they were last year. In fact, Washington's not even ranked. Michigan is bumped up to number 10 again in the nation. I think that's where they started the season. And then they dropped back down to 17-18 after that loss to Texas. But after a couple nice wins since then, that last game against Minnesota, that was way too close for comfort. They probably didn't deserve to win that game, whether that official made the right call or the wrong call on that onside kick. You still question whether they deserved to win that game. But, hey, they won the game. And they are 4-1, ranked number 10th in the country, traveling to Washington this weekend. Saturday night game is going to be a lot of fun. And then they go into their bye. So that'll be nice for them to get some rest. And then I believe they come back with Illinois and then Michigan State. So, all right, we don't have any birthdays today. No one hit me up with any birthdays this week, which is kind of disappointing. That's one of the more fun parts of doing this Friday morning live show. Again, won't be here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, just because of the surgery, the prep, the recovery. I guess when it comes to this show next Friday, I guess it's all tentative on how I'm feeling. I'm assuming I'll be good to go next Friday morning for the show. I'm assuming next Saturday we'll be all good to go with the podcast, and next Sunday we'll be all good to go with the NFL shows. But we will definitely keep you posted. In the meantime, continue to stay tuned to the channel Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday, even without the daily lineup show. If I've got some time, if I'm up to it, if I'm feeling all right, might post some shorts or maybe some clips from previous shows. I do want to post. We did a really nice segment on Wednesday's show. If you missed it, about Pete Rose. Pete Rose passed away. Actually, the same day Dikembe Mutombo passed away. I believe that was on Monday last week, Monday or Tuesday. So we talked quite a bit about Pete Rose on Wednesday's show, and I want to edit that out and put that out as a separate video, hopefully sometime next week. Other than that, hey, I hope everyone has a great Friday, and I hope you have a great weekend. Despite the Lions not playing this weekend, there's still lots of football to be had. Enjoy, and we will see you next Friday morning.